Pressure is mounting everywhere in Africa, and trust me, this is good pressure. This generation is not the same as the older generation, ladies and gentlemen. These Gen Zs will be the people to move the needle for real change in Africa, one country at a time. Ladies and gentlemen, the protest in Madagascar is still on. It has entered the third week and has taken the worst form. As it stands now, ladies and gentlemen, the demand has changed. The demands of the Gen Zs have completely changed at this point. It has moved from demanding for basic services in terms of electricity and water supply to now saying the president must go. He must resign. The Gen Zs of Madagascar wants President Andry Rajoelina to resign effective immediately. They have gone as far as giving the president an ultimatum within 24 hours. And that time ends today, ladies and gentlemen. And these guys are not scared a bit. They turned off the protest for a short while and turned it back on when the security forces thought it was over. And even though 22 people have lost their lives in the protests, that has not scared or deterred the youth from pursuing their ultimate agenda, which is they want to see the president resign. They want to see development and sustainable changes in employment, in water and electricity supply in Madagascar. It is what it is, folks. In the past, we didn't know what was happening in other parts of the world in real time, and the majority of the people weren't educated. That time is gone. 30 years ago, most Africans weren't as interested in the politics of their countries like it is now. The people have come to realize that the problem with our development is not solely an issue of some white people in the West, as we have been lied to in the past. It is now clear, ladies and gentlemen, that mismanagement, corruption, lack of ideas, and nepotism are actually the main stumbling blocks to our nation's development in Africa. This is why the youth are standing up all over the world. And it's so naive on the part of politicians, especially African politicians, to think that they can shut down these things when the people arise. You can't. Your army and police can't. They know and see what's happening in the country, and they take sides from time to time. What is coming is unseen before in the history of Africa. This time, it's not just a few Gen Zs doing it, but a nationwide protest for the resignation of the president, and cameras are rolling in Madagascar. The president's speech to the youth was utterly rejected, ladies and gentlemen. They described it as senseless, ladies and gentlemen. And this is what the president actually wrote in a Facebook post, and I quote him: "No one benefits from the destruction of the nation. I am here, I stand here ready to listen, ready to extend a helping hand, and above all, ready to bring solution to Madagascar," end of quote. The president also said in another statement that opportunistic groups had infiltrated the protest and aimed to exploit the vulnerability of some Madagascar's young people, ladies and gentlemen, end of quote. He again said in another statement, "What I want to tell you is that some people want to destroy our country," end of quote. And these fine words coming from the president, guess what? Only increased the attacks. Ladies and gentlemen, it is quite possible that opportunists and anarchists may take this opportunity to set the agenda in motion, which may result in a direct attack on the president. But why do these things happen in the first place? Let's ask ourselves. And what do politicians actually expect when the people can't take it anymore? Check out these videos of the current situation in Madagascar. And if you are in leadership position in Africa, my advice to you is advise yourself before it's too late. Let's take a look at this video. What happened in Nepal's Gen Z protest situation recently, let me remind you with this other video. Take a look. You should be very worried, ladies and gentlemen. The people will turn on you one day and we'll be here to talk about it. Stop stealing the country's money and hijacking state resources. Use the revenue for what's intended for. Fix the roads and the hospitals and provide the people with water, stable electricity, and the security needed. That is your role as a president, and allow the people to handle their everyday business. If you know you can't, step aside and let those who can come in, or eventually you'll be the next on the news. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll see you in the next one. My name is Cyrus, and this is Tuntum Network, coming to you all the way from Accra, Ghana. Be sure to subscribe and click on the bell for more of such videos. It is bye-bye for now.